What up, metalheads?
Alright, Isaac wants to talk about
Tales from the Kingdom of Fife.
by Gloria Hammer. Now, you guys should know this is a power metal band. Honestly, take this with a grain of salt. I am not the biggest fan of power metal, okay? So, if I seem a little too negative, it's just a taste preference.
Me, on the other hand, I do like
power metal a lot.
Like power metal.
So does the other brother, Tyler. Tales, what is it?
Tales of the Kingdom of Fife.
Tales of the Kingdom of Fife. I honestly am not a big fan of the band Glory Hammer. They have a few great moments. So there are some really good melodies on this album. The storytelling, I think, is pretty great. It's solid. It's not amazing. I'm not wowed by the stories that are told on here,
I
but
love the stories.
they're solid. You love the stories?
Yeah, it's because it's about like an awesome hero, which you probably don't like. You would like a hero that's facing up an entire army and he can't even beat one guy.
No, well, okay. I appreciate stories that have more meaning, where the character has a real struggle to go up against and is going through that struggle, accomplishes it, and then I can appreciate that character a lot. And
This is about a character going through a struggle, but just not as much of a struggle as you would think.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my gosh, bad guys. Psh, 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 I beat him. Yay. I don't like that.
It's like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. There needs to be a real, Dark Souls struggle, or a real, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, to be honest, that's why I don't like watching movies, because I always know what's going to happen. The good guy wins.
That's if it's a cheesy, generic movie. That's not always the case.
Star Wars, good guys won.
In Return of the Jedi, and that's about it. In the prequels, they lost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Another thing is the key and that it's in, the really high pitched, cheesy sounding fantasy. What's the Spire from Lord of the Rings? That song turned into metal is what this album is to me, and I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like that. It's really like happy time, really gimmicky. It also sounds kind of generic. However, I will give this album it's really catchy. A lot of the songs in here are really catchy. Like I said, good melodies and the guitar riffage.
That's probably why I got onto it.
I feel like the guitar player is really good on here.
Yeah,
I feel like the
would
guitar
think
player is
that.
pretty great. His vocals, surprisingly, he's actually a great singer.
He really is.
I like his vocals a lot on here.
Yeah, the guitar is very... I don't even think the album is catchy. I think it's just the guitar and the vocals are catchy.
Yeah, the guitar and the vocals are catchy. I feel like mostly it's the guitar, with these really catchy, heroic-sounding riffs that you really feel and really empowering. I think that's something that would be why people like Isaac and them like this album a lot, or even just power metal in general, because they feel empowering, feel heroic, and conquering victory.
Yeah, and then the story of the hero, that is amazing. Defending his kingdom, and I can't tell the entire story, but because you guys could go listen to it yourselves and listen to the story, which is awesome. Not everything is really good, except it kind of goes off rhythm sometimes.
Yeah, I noticed that too. The album really does go off rhythm at certain points, and they don't match together.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just filler. I feel like those are moments when they just kind of need to add some more meat.
Yeah.
And so they just throw on some filler.
Yeah, and to be honest, I love the magical, mystical feeling of it, because I actually love games and everything. Like, I love games, books, everything that has to do with like magic, mysticalness, and I really like that part about it too.
Yeah, there are a lot of moments on this album that sound really fantasy-like. If we're talking about Glory Hammer, I feel like I would prefer Battle of the Chaos Wizard?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that. I prefer that album, and even though the album, I still don't like it as much, I would prefer that album over this one, so.
It's all kind of generic, but yet very catchy.
Yeah.
And it's generic, but unique in its own way,
I guess that's what I gotta say I have a hard time with power metal, is that most albums, like this one that we're discussing, is... it's really generic. There's not a lot of uniqueness to it, I guess I shouldn't say I hate power metal. I like power metal if I can find good power metal. It's the same with like black metal. Like black metal is one of my favorites, but I don't have that wide of a range in black metal because it's hard to find great black metal. Because it can be boring and
The quality isn't too good on black metal either.
Yeah, and with power metal, I just feel like a lot of it's just really generic. You know, Lord of the Rings, Spire. This album is just falls under another one of the generic ones.
Well, yeah, but
Even the melodies that are good. You know that one melody in the song McFife? What's it called?
Angus McFife.
Yeah, in the song Angus McFife, the melody that's actually really good is a generic melody that I feel like I hear a lot in power metal. You know, it's the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you hear that a lot in almost every power metal song, or not song, but album. At least every power metal band has to do something like that at least once. And it's just, you know, it's kind of cheesy and generic.
Yeah, but that cheese and generic is held to a high standard, in my opinion, because of I just love the fantasy to it, and I love the fantastical journey. I know fantastical is not a word, but you understand what I mean.
Even the vocals are really generic. The pattern that he's singing, da 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 da. That's a lot. The pattern that he uses a lot in this album with his vocals.
Kind of, not that much, but
no, yeah, it appears quite a few times.
yeah, I see your point. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They have great album artwork. I'll say that too. But I mean, to me, this album is a 2. I'm giving this album a 2.
I'm gonna give this a 6.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry for my hate, guys, but
that's harsh.
I'm not feeling it. You know.
What happened to mine? What is it, Dope Throne?
That was different because that's Dope Throne that you were giving shit about. All right, so there was that. That was probably a terrible review. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, but
Is it because I talked more in that one?
no, probably because I'm over here like, this sucks. This is terrible, and you're over here like, yeah, but this is really awesome. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, look at this.
Yeah, I glory hammered it. Just, all right.
See ya.